for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. Let's do a check here. Ron, how am I coming through? Pretty good, James. 87. I just found out Dave can't make it tonight. Glad I did. We're still at the top of the hour, so that's good. Didn't lose any time with that. This is the net. It meets 8 p.m. on Wednesday. That's Pacific time. 8 p.m. Wednesday and 8 p.m. Saturday. It's for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. WW7ATS is a group of amateur radio operators who take to the airwaves with fast scan analog television. We have a repeater. His input is on 70 centimeters and output on 1.2 gigahertz. Anybody can check into our net. You can just check in and check out, or if you like, you can join our conversation. Just let me know which it is. Right now, so far, we've got, stand by. WW7QKU, and we've got Richard K7ITX. We've got Bob. This last minute here with no notes. So let's see. We've got Ron. We have Richard, Bob, myself, WW7N. Do we have anyone else who'd like to join the net tonight? N7QO. Covington, N7QO. Anyone else who would like to join the net tonight? What is the top line? KD7QKU. This is WW7N. Take it away. Okay, well, thank you, James. W7N in the group. Kind of a small group. KD7QKU. Well, let's see. I was just telling Richard before the net, my brother-in-law went into the hospital. He's having an ablation. That's where they go into your heart and they do something to the nerve. He has AFib real bad and they're going to try to stop it. So he was supposed to go home afterwards. He was supposed to stay 4 hours after they did it and then he could go home. Well, I guess his heart's not beating very well, so they taken him back in and they gave him the shock treatment. And so I think he's probably back in his room. I haven't heard. But now they're going to keep him all night and try to get his heart regulated. There was some talk of a pacemaker possibly. So I don't know. We'll have to see how that all turns out. But what else is going on? I did send Wade a text, and he turned on something for us tonight, but he's out of town. Said wherever he is, it's 10 o'clock, and he was going to go to bed. And he also said he was getting over, or he had or was getting over COVID. So that was too bad. Told him to hang in there. All right, I guess back to you, James. W7N, KD7QKU. KD7QKU, this is James W7N. Richard K7ITX, take it away. Well, hello everybody. I guess you can hear me okay. I can only see Ron, so yeah, he gave me a thumbs up. So let's see. Yeah, what a bummer with the Mariners. Yeah, I was just talking to Ron about that. It was a great game. It reminded me a lot of. It's weird that I can draw a parallel to that game to a football game, which would have been the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks infamous Super Bowl loss, where they're on the 1 yard line and where they could have just easily just handed off the ball and won the Super Bowl. Russell Wilson threw a pass interception. Now, I don't think the Mariners were quite the same situation, to say the least. To me, when it only takes let's see, it was gonna take, 3 runs to win the game, I guess. Yeah, we were 2 ahead, 3 to win. I mean, and then, so they had a guy, the other team, Houston, had a chance to win the game, but this guy at bat would have to hit a home run. Well, and he's the best hitter on the team, so don't throw balls to him that he could hit and win the game. It just doesn't make sense. And then there's nobody on first. You could have walked him and put him on first base. But, I don't know, I guess not. They just thought they could strike him out, and obviously they couldn't, and the guy hit the ball, hit a home run, and won the game, and that was it. So now we just have to lick our wounds and win tomorrow, and win Saturday, and win Sunday, and on to the World Series a couple weeks from now, I guess. So anyway. So other than that, I did go to the dentist today, and I had a gold onlay removed that the original dentist told me that it would be on for a lifetime. It's good for a lifetime. Well, it was, but I guess the tooth decay under it wasn't. And so, but God, what a great dentist. This is the first time I've ever walked out of the dentist's office, got a crown, and then an hour or 2 later, I forgot I'd even been at the dentist. I was at the grocery store, and I was doing things. I was just having a good old went to the gym, and I go, wait a minute, did I just get a crown today? Novocaine, drilling, and all that, and I forgot about it? This is a great dentist. Any dentist that can, remove that from your memory, I don't know, I think he must have been using hypnotism. That's all I can say. To show how great he is, he's going to the game on Saturday. Now, I don't know that that's all that great. To me, that's kind of like punishment to get in a crowd like that. I told him the only way I'd ever go to a Mariners game is if I got tickets to the Diamond Club. That's a smorgasbord situation underneath, between the 2 dugouts. That's those people that you see sitting right behind home plate. They just get treated like royalty. I told the dentist, that's the only way I'd ever go. Well, he said, that's where I'm going. I got invited to the Diamond Club, and I said, you sucker. Can you send that Jack back to net control? Sounds like you had an exciting week. Bob, K9PQ. And by the way, Richard, you need to let me in on the other channel. I can see you fine on 1.2 megahertz. But, okay, so Bob, K9PQ, take it away. Guys, I'm not sure I saved when I made my change. Hang on. You should see me, and I haven't seen it come up on YouTube yet, but I trust I'm there. So this is a big change for me today. I finally, after a couple of years of owning this green screen behind me, installed it. I'll get other pictures so you can actually see what's going on here, but basically it is a roll-down screen like a movie screen, but it's green. And it rolls down from the ceiling. It's about 7 feet wide, it looks like about 6 feet tall, something like that. And so this is exciting. So it brings a whole new dimension to what I can do here. I can play weatherman and say, over here, over there, we've got some clouds and a front coming in. But anyway, so this is my new setup, and I'll be doing a lot more with it. I think I can do some things with video behind it. In fact, I'm sure I can. I just have to get it set up. For some reason it went black. Oh, there it came back. Well, I'll keep it simple now. This is K9PQ, back to net.
and that all rhymes. Okay, next, Covington Jim, N7QO. Go ahead, Jim, take it away.
QO, thank you, Jim. Good evening, everyone. Well, Bob, yeah, your picture looks great. That green screen seems to be doing a good thing there. That background picture looks outstanding, and I see no hint that you are interfering with it in any way. Your video did disappear for, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds or something like that during that, but then it came back okay. Yeah, by the way, I'm not sending video tonight. Ron, sorry about your brother-in-law. We'll keep him in our prayers. I do have a couple of friends who had that ablation done, specifically to correct arrhythmia, and it was pretty successful on them. I'm sure any number of different side effects or consequences could arise. So as long as they're keeping him, it'll get straightened out, I would be sure. Dick, Mariners, yeah, that was a bummer, and I didn't think specifically of the Seahawks at the time. It was just, oh well. Hopefully next game we'll do better. Almost like something got stolen there, but that's life. Back to you, Jim, N7QO.
Jim out in Covington, N7QO. Well, let's see. Ron, my prayers are with your brother-in-law. I hope he recovers soon. And let's see, big thanks to Wade. He's asleep now, but I do appreciate him starting off that stream. By the way, anybody who's watching us right now, you're not only welcome to check into the net, but we try to do our best to run a stream out to YouTube. We do not monitor those comments, but you can look and see what we're doing, or go to your favorite search engine and look up Western Washington Amateur Television Society and find our webpage. And we also bounce the YouTube picture there, so if you want to see what we're all talking about, you can look at it. For a minute, we're almost 15 minutes into the hour. Would anyone like to check in and out or join our conversation? This is James, WW7N in Bellevue, Washington State. If so, go ahead and check in now. Let's see. Also, I guess I should say to Wade, my goodness, I thought COVID was a thing of the past. I hope he gets recovered soon. I did see something on the news today. Shanghai is shutting down a bunch of things again, of course, for China's zero COVID policy, so I guess it's not gone yet. Also, I noticed tonight the 1.2 gig signal, which is coming off Cougar Mountain, for anybody who wants to take that analog signal and take a peek at it. At least when we first started the net, it wasn't that great of a picture. I haven't changed anything about my receive setup here. I noticed it does that when there's a weather change about to come, but I looked at the National Weather Service forecast. It looks like we've got another week of the same thing we've been having. The picture is back up to where it normally is at this location, almost to 5, with a couple white lines across the analog signal. So anyway, I'm also noticing some pretty significant internet delay on that signal that feed off the digital feed too. Richard, it sounds like you had a really exciting Mariners game there. I agree with you strategy-wise, it would have been better, but wasn't it more exciting to have them throw the balls and see if you could hit it? Oh well. One question I have to ask you. You said it was a gold piece of dental work. Did you get the gold, or does the dentist take part in it? Oh, you did. You got it. Okay. Okay, so challenge there. Maybe a photo micrograph is in order. See if you can get that up on the screen for the next net. Congratulations on being in a Diamond Club. I'm sure that'll show itself on the scales in the morning. Fantastic. If I tune into the game, I'll look for you there in it. So anyway, once again, Bob, great green screen effect there. Yes, you can now do weather reports, or you can just get on YouTube and just pick any random topic and sound like one of the experts now. I mean, that's all it takes, right? You just have to point to fancy pictures in the background and sound like you know what you're talking about, and you can be an expert on anything now. going to take it back to the top of the list. Ron, KD7QKU. Go ahead and take the microphone.
Okay, well, thanks, James, and thank you for doing the net for us tonight. Yeah, there's been all kind of wonderful playoff games. There's one on right now. It's the Padres and the I can't even think tonight. And one of my favorite teams, anyway, the Dodgers. So they're playing. I have them on behind me someplace. And let's see, I've been messing, with Fire Sticks. So I'm thinking about giving up Dish TV and just having Fire Sticks on all of our TV sets. And then I bought Sling for a trial. It was half price, $25. I guess it's going to be $50 a month if I keep it. But anyway, that's a lot cheaper than Dish. It's about a third of what Dish costs. So anyway, each TV set has been different. It's just amazing. The first one was a new 40-inch, and it was really easy to set up. Then the one in the kitchen, I set it up this morning, and they said that I had the wrong password. Well, it's the same password I've always had. So then I had to go in and change my password, and I changed it to the same thing, and back out, and eventually it worked fine. So then I went out and did the one on the patio. It was an old set, and man, it was difficult. But I finally got it all working. Sling works, everything works in it, so that was nice. I felt good about that. So now I can watch the World Series and the playoff games on 3 TV sets. So I'm happy. Well, actually 4. I have a little one behind me that has a Fire Stick in it. But I have more Fire Sticks, so I'm going to get one in every set before I'm done in the house. So that's my plan. So anyway, I don't know if Joanne will ever be able to figure out how to use it, but hopefully she can. And then I think that once I get rid of Dish, I get the local stations. I get 65 local stations here. It's amazing. They just come in beautifully. I had to put my antennas in the window that faces east. I just use a little wire. I don't happen to have one laying here. A little piece of coax. I strip it off so that the copper wire sticks out about 12, 14 inches. And it just picks up the signal just absolutely beautiful. And it'll get, in the house I get 25 or 30 stations, but when I put it in the window I get 65. It's just pretty amazing. So anyway, what else is going on? Not much, I guess. Let me let it drop there. Switching our phones, our cell phones, from Verizon to T-Mobile. T-Mobile sent us a thing for senior citizens where for $27.50 a month, you get unlimited talks and texts, and they said it included the taxes, and they would never increase it. And we get to keep our same phones. So, I don't know. That's what they told me, so. And I don't know. We were thinking about going over today. Maybe we'll try to go over tomorrow. Keep our same phone number, unlimited talk and text. So we're each paying, we're paying more. I don't know. I think we pay over $100 for our 2 phones now. So we save about 50% on that, or maybe a little bit less. So anyway, we're thinking about switching to T-Mobile. So if anybody has anything bad to say about T-Mobile, let me know. Back to that KD7QKU.
Alright, KD7QKU. Well, never bite the hand that feeds you there. Richard, K7ITX. Take it away. I don't have anything good to say about T-Mobile. What I would do if I were in your shoes, though, I would be patient and maybe it sounds like you've just started this survey, and I might be your first respondent. Well, I think you need more respondents than just me. I think you need, like I say, take your time, do some research. Just because you can save 50% doesn't mean you're going to be happy. And I think at our stage in life, happiness is more important than aggravation. And I don't care if it costs you an extra, 50 times 12, an extra $600 a year, to me is worth it to see you not be aggravated. And that could happen, especially if you don't get any data. Yeah, you might get all the testing in the world, but if all of a sudden you want to, look at a baseball score or look something up, or, there's always a lot of fine print. There's always you want to get some feedback here. K7ATS.
Unlimited data, unlimited text, unlimited talk.
I don't know, why am I having a hard time believing this? Unlimited, this is what always bugs me about the English language sometimes, These words are just, people, use them all the time, and no offense to anybody, but I'm guilty myself. I said people use these words all the time. Oh, they do not use them all the time. And I'm sure it's not unlimited. And so anyway, just read the fine print, please. And the other thing, again, friends, I've talked to people that have T-Mobile. And I've talked to people that have Verizon, I've talked to people that have AT&T, and everyone has their opinion. And I think T-Mobile might be in third place, but what do I know? K7ATS, back to that control. There was so much behind choosing your provider. So Bob, K9PQ, up there in the great North Hinterlands of Snohomish County, go ahead.
I think I'm on. Yeah, well, T-Mobile, they're one of the big three. There are also a lot of smaller providers that will give you even better deals. But it's because they lease access to one of the big three, and then they can reduce how do I put this? They can reduce their overhead compared to what the big three have to pay. But you might have trouble with some of those. So I would say at least with T-Mobile, it's one of the big three. And as Richard said, you're going to find people who say good and bad about any of them. I'd look for some independent, reliable information, maybe Consumer Reports, something like that. But I think that it sounds like a pretty good deal, and one reason that they might say they're doing this for seniors is that seniors are probably going to not, download movies and other stuff like that is going to stretch that unlimited amount. So, I would say it sounds pretty good. Do check it out, but I wouldn't put up any red flags on that. It sounds pretty good to me. What else? Well, I wish Bert was here to see this because I'm showing off some of the capabilities of this A10 Mini, and I know he was looking into it, and I wanted to show him one of the things
WW7N, control for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society tonight. Let's go next to Jim in Covington, N7QO. Mike's yours.
N7QO, thank you, Jim. Well, Ron, T-Mobile. I can't say anything good or bad about them. I don't know a lot about them. I know what some carriers do is after you reach a certain amount of data per month, they will send it out at a slower speed. So you may have unlimited service, but it goes at a slower speed after you reach a certain amount. But I'm not sure that T-Mobile is going to do that. They are advertising that they are 5G. I don't know if they're going to be able to slow it down to anything less than that. Another complication, I remember reading somewhere, but I did not understand it. They said there are two different kinds of 5G, and that's why T-Mobile has apparently the coverage that it does, but I have since seen an advertisement saying that this company has the same coverage as another company in 5G, so I'm confounded over some of this stuff. It may be that the marketers aren't really clear on it either. I don't know, but I would guess that you could always go back to the service that you have if you don't like it. I don't know about fees for signing up and fees for disconnecting service. That would be worth looking into. I would guess, do they charge some sort of initial fee to sign up with them? And if you wish to discontinue service, is there some sort of extra fee for that? Those are my only thoughts on that, at least at this point. I don't know. Back to you, Jim, M7QO.
Out there in Covington. Well, yeah, that's always interesting. Of course, okay, stupid joke of the evening. So this guy calls his friend. His friend answers, "Hello," and his friend says, "Hey, you doing okay out there?" And he goes, "Yes." He goes, "Well, why are you talking so slow?" He says, "Oh, I heard slower data rates were less expensive." Okay. Anyway, Ron, you should call marketing at Sling. I think is owned by Dish. I thought it was $35 a month. So if it's up to $50, I'm kind of curious to know about that. Let's see. Also, user requirement. I think you've got a user requirement. Her name is Joanne. You need to make sure that she can operate those Fire Sticks in order to ensure peace and domestic tranquility, as they say in the Constitution, or some other document that we're all supposed to have read. Surprising to me, you're finding a similar thing with your antenna wavelength on those TVs, because 14 inches is multi-wavelength for that frequency. But I found multi-wavelength on my 2-meter antenna, which is really a 6-meter antenna, also seems to work better too. I've seen YouTube videos where a guy is making what looks like an itty-bitty Yagi, but he's using the center core of a piece of coax to do that. And I was kind of wondering how the physics of that worked, or if it's just a cool shape that happens to work. I don't know which. T-Mobile at $27.50 including tax. That sounds like a good deal to me. You always can try it. You can always change to something else. I think Bob there did throw out a challenge to you, though, on how you can hit the data and suck it down until they start to throttle your data rates. Definitely sounded like a challenge to me. Man, and Richard, it's far more fun to see one of our members aggravated. We have more to talk about than having a satisfied customer. So I think we should encourage Ron to plow forward with T-Mobile and see what happens. It is kind of interesting here, at least on this side of the mountains. The two big users that seriously use their cell phones are emergency service providers and real estate people. And to a lesser extent, Bellevue, I think there's a lot of finance people that just really depend on their phones a lot. They all go with Verizon. and, curse them constantly, but they go to the other big carriers, which I guess is, pretty much your choices are AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon, as Bob said. Anyone else you get, they're really leasing space from the other big carriers. And I believe there was even a merger in the past year that made it even a smaller number. But so that's what people who use their phones a lot that just have to have more all the time use. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society, and we are inviting anybody who's listening to us right now just to check in, check out, see if that microphone button works. We're on the 08 repeater for our audio channel tonight. If you'd like to check in, or if anybody else would like to join the net, please come now. Well, I know there's only, 5 of us on the net tonight, so I can go to the top of the hour if you'd like, or just for another 15 minutes. Let me know what you want. Let's see, this is James, WW7N, and we'll go back to the top of the list. Ron, KD7QKU.
KD7QKU again. They used to have an antenna around. They called it just a coaxial antenna, and I just understood they just used a piece of coax. I don't know if they even stripped anything off of it. They just hung it out the window, and I think it worked. I don't know. But, so anyway, last night, or yesterday, was my sister-in-law's birthday, so they were over here. My brother-in-law was supposed to isolate himself. He had a COVID test on Monday. He forgot about that. So he came over here. Yeah. But he'd been around us all the time anyway, so hopefully everything was okay. So their daughters decided to have a Zoom birthday party because he was supposed to isolate himself. And they couldn't all go over and have a party. Then they found out he's over at our house, and we were having salmon for dinner. I don't know. I guess it was okay. And I had to get the TV sets going here, or the computers going on Zoom. And I'm spoiled. Richard, usually sends us a email or something. I just click on it. So I had to do it from scratch. So that was a little bit difficult, but I got mine going, and then I got Joanne's going, and I found out that the camera that I put on hers was crummy. And so I had to go out in the garage, and I got my other camera and plugged it in, and it worked just fine. So we lost about 15 minutes on her computer on the Zoom, but everybody talked for an hour, and it was fun. So that's probably the second or third time families had a Zoom meeting. First was because of COVID, and now it's just because my brother-in-law was supposed to isolate himself. So anyway, yeah, I don't have much more to say either. T-Mobile, I don't know. I think you're right. They think people aren't going to use it a lot, so they're probably safe in offering that. So I don't know. I'm going to go talk to them anyway and see what. They're not very far. There's a T-Mobile office just right over here, I think on 6th or something. And it's not very far away, so I talked to them on the phone, but I might not ask them every question. I should have. You guys have brought up some questions that I didn't ask. So I'll go over and talk to them, I guess, and see. So anyway, if you want to close the net early, if everybody wants to, that's fine with me. So I guess back to you, James, W7N, KD7QKU.
7QKU. Okay, that's good. Richard, K7ITX. Your microphone is yours. Yeah, James, I'm pretty much talked out as well. I do have a couple final comments, though. Well, first of all, Bob, I think that's great. Your new presence is commendable, and I'm actually just like to encourage you to, really take off at this thing now. You mentioned get some video. Of course, we want lots of video. In fact, there's no reason we can almost make your news. You could be the new Zoom master with all your content. I think that'd be wonderful. In fact, that was one question I had is if you could figure out how to run the screen, your computer desktop screen, onto your in your box onto your green screen somehow. If you could do that, then you could do what I do for YouTube. I've had my technical difficulties obviously lately, but fortunately it's working tonight. The internet is kind of choppy and slow, but I don't think that has anything to do with my situation here. But oh God, yeah, no, it just looks like a lot of fun, Bob. I'm gonna be you and me and Bert and everyone else are gonna be watching you on pins and needles each week to see what you can come up with. Now you head on. You can't have any more excuses not to show up, please. You've got us chomping at the bit for all kinds of exciting things. So if that isn't convincing, I don't know what is. So all right, well, all I can say right now is 73 and go Mariners. K7ITX, back to net control. Richard, K7ITX. Well, thank you very much for that. Let's go on to Bob, K9PQ. I don't know if I can take it. The responsibility. Things went black on the repeater. Okay, that sounds very good. Okay, I guess I just have a long delay. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be playing around a lot more with this. This little things tend to get me sort of stymied sometimes, and one of those was that other box I was trying to get working. And when I finally decided just to go back to the old way and convert all the HDMI to analog NTSC and back through the Grand Stream, it sort of opened things up for me. So I'll be adding more content for sure, and I can actually put the screen directly. I can connect the screen into this whole system, so I can have the screen be my background. But so I've got a lot of options here, Ron, good luck with the phone. I think it's good. I think it's fine. I think the thing I guess one thing I did want to say, my point with them not expecting seniors to use a lot of data, they don't care about you personally. They're doing this on an aggregate. They're like overall in this plan. Overall, people are not going to be using a whole lot of data and a lot of phone calls and whatnot. So I think that they figure that's why they can charge less. So I think that's a good reason why you probably don't have to worry about having any less service or anything, just for the less money. All right, well, I'll say 73, and everybody have a good night. K9PQ. Okay, Bob, well, just remember, we're all little grains of sand on the beach. You just have to make sure you don't get any place that you'll be really irritating. With that, let's go to Jim out in Covington, N7QO. N7QO, thank you, Jim. One other thought on that, Ron. Make sure that T-Mobile service works at your house, because some people wind up getting a service and it doesn't work where they're located. I've been apprehensive about switching to streaming service because I'm concerned that if the internet goes down, you lose everything. You lose your computer, you lose your television. I've got friends who have their home telephone service through the internet as well, and so they don't have their cell phone and they can't do anything. But I don't know.
Ron, you were commenting about your fellow there. Well, I don't know, having salmon beats being isolated, so hope he did his test okay there. Let's see. Oh yeah, Jim, you were asking about cutting the net short. Yeah, I'm okay with that too for tonight. And having said that, I think that's about all I got. WU7N and 7QO.
Hey, well, my name is James, WU7N, that's Whiskey Uniform 7 November, and this net is for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. Let me make one last call for anybody who'd like to say hello. Looks like we're going to wrap up the net just a few minutes early here tonight, rather small turnout. So let me go ahead and see if anybody wants to just check in, check out, or join the conversation. If so, come now. Mobile, Auburn, just want to say hi. I'll say goodbye. 73, K790. Hey, good to hear you. K790D, this is WU7N. Okay, we got your check-in and your check-out up in Auburn there. Is there anybody else who'd like to say hello? Yes, this is Bert, just listening to the last part of the net, but busy working, couldn't really participate. Sorry about that. Working for a living comes first. Thank you very much for checking in and checking out. Is there anybody else who'd like to say hello? Just remember, every Wednesday and every Saturday, 8 p.m., that's 2000 hours Pacific time, the Western Washington Amateur Television Society meets on this repeater frequency. You can see what we're talking about if you tune in the video feed either on YouTube or on our website. You can just find that website by looking up Western Washington Amateur Television Society. We welcome any and all licensed amateur radio operators to either join our conversation or just check in and check out. So if nobody else has anything to say, I'll go ahead and go open the mic one more time here and see if anybody else has any closing comments. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and terminate just about 15 minutes early here because of our small turnout tonight. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to add? Anything at all for the net? This is James, WU7N. I'd like to thank the owners and operators of the 08 repeater for letting us use this for our audio channel. We certainly appreciate that. Once again, our video repeaters up on Cougar Mountain. Its input is on 77 meters, output on 1.2 gigahertz. If you'd like more information about how you could maybe see that analog signal, just give a shout out to us and we'll give you some ideas. So that's it for tonight. This repeater's return to normal service again. Thank you very much for all the operators that give us this time twice a week. WU7N, I am clear. Hi, K790D. Are you out there, Rich?